Anina and I driving to the Rebiamul Haus Krai in Dad's car. A Haus Krai is a traditional PNG ceremony held prior to a person's burial in which family and friends can mourn together. The men here circled the mourning group, chanting as they pounded the ground beneath their feet. Here we are welcomed into the Haus Krai circle. Crying women from the grieving circle surrounded us to encourage us to cry. People come and talk to us of their connection to our Father. We are seated for the beginning of the Haus Krai, and the Master of Ceremonies begins to talk. Dad's shirt and photo are used here to represent his body, which in PNG tradition would normally be present at a Haus Krai. The group begins to circle us again. Chanting as they went. The chanting men then break through the centre of the circle, sweeping Dad's spirit away from the grieving group. A neighbouring group then approaches the grieving circle, demonstrating their grief by pulling out their hair and wailing. The Master of Ceremonies calls on individual community representatives to speak about Dad. Tom, Mum and Dad's first neighbour, came to pay his respects. Anina talks in Pidgin English to the grieving circle. Anina spoke of how Dad held PNG in his heart and how, as a family, we chose to bury him at Rebiamul. The group celebrate our choice to bury Dad in Rebiamul, where he had lived for 34 of his 40 years in PNG. the Haus Krai is called to an end. Anina and I are heading off to the cemetery to see where Dad will be buried. View of the cemetery from the cemetery's gate. Dad built this monument to Father Ross when he was a young volunteer with the Catholic mission. The church suggests burying Dad next to Father Ross's and Archbishop Bernardi's graves. Father Gary helping us to decide where to bury Dad. Anina and I driving back home from the Rebiamul cemetery in Dad's beloved car.